You know that voice in your head? The one that's telling you you shouldn't even bother. Why try? You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. That critic is going unchecked in your brain. Nobody's doing a fact check. Nobody's saying, wait a second, is that true that I'm not smart enough? Why am I too old to do this? No, we just take it as though the critic is just like anything the critic says is a fact. And we just imprint it. And a lot of us don't even hear the critic. We don't even hear the voice in our head. We just are so used to it all the time, telling us, don't try, don't do this, don't give it a shot, that we just accept it as part of us. But it's not. That critic is part of your subconscious, and it's trying to do three things. It's trying to predict, protect, and prevent. So if it senses that maybe you might fail, it doesn't want you to try. So it will put all these beliefs in place so you don't even bother. You don't know how to love. You're not worthy of love. Those types of beliefs are coming because probably in a relationship, you experienced pain. That pain was a lot for you to deal with, and your subconscious put that belief in. You're not worthy of love. You don't know how to be loved. Because if you believe that, then you don't even give it a shot. And I'm going to give you an example, okay? Because when I started stand-up comedy, I had this inner critic talking all the time in my head, all the time. And it would say crazy, crazy things that made no sense. And that's what our inner critic does. It will search for anything and everything it can get its hands on to prevent us from trying. So I was doing really good in stand-up comedy, and I was always performing at this comedy club called The Comic Strip. I was very comfortable on the stage. I was used to the stage. I was used to people in the club, and I was getting better and better. So someone invited me to go to another club called Stand Up New York. I went into that club, new people, and I started to look at the stage, and the inner critic said, that stage is weird. Those people are too close. That's not gonna be the right energy for you. And I got so in my head that the stage was somehow not proportionately the proper distance between me and the audience, that when I got up on the stage, sure enough, that's what happened. I felt weird energy. I couldn't connect to the audience. I was going through the routine. I bombed. It was terrible. But that stage was no different than any other stage. I performed once in Yonkers at an Irish bar where I had to fight through the crowd to get to the stage. People couldn't even hear me until they started actually paying attention and laughing. But that stage didn't freak me out. Why? Because there was no pressure. Nobody was going to do good on that stage. So what's the point? Who cares? But the Stand Up New York was a big deal. If I could get past there and become one of their working comedians, that's a big deal. And so I'm looking at all the other people and I'm going, oh my God, they're better than me. This guy, oh, he's got all the energy. He knows how to go out there. This woman, she has a bit just like mine. Has that ever happened to you? Where you want to do something and somebody has something similar to what you want to do, and then all of a sudden you go, I missed my chance. You didn't miss your chance. No two people do anything the same. Let's just use art for an example. Imagine somebody painted the skyline of New York and it was beautiful. And you had in your head, I want to paint the skyline in New York. But then you saw this person's skyline in New York and they beat me to it. They did the skyline first. That is just your subconscious blocking you from trying, because no two pieces of art are the same. No two pieces of writing are the same. What makes something different is you. And your ability to try and learn is what you need to start working on, because that critic in your head, that's the one that's been preventing you. So I want you to try this. I want you to try to install a new voice in your head, a gentle, kind voice. Somebody like Oprah Winfrey or Mel Robbins, somebody who really is inspiring and who would believe in you no matter what. And when that critic starts talking to you, I want you to ask that other voice, what do you have to say right now? Just get a second opinion. Sometimes you need a second opinion. And this is one of those cases when the critic starts saying, you're dumb, you're never gonna make it, and I don't know who your critic sounds like. I have a lot of different ones. My friend, when I was in high school, his father used to call me dumb and make fun of me. That was one. I had an old art teacher, my third grade teacher, she was not very nice to me. And so I had all of these different critics in my head, and some producers who I've worked with too, who said, you're never gonna make it to the top because you're not good enough. And what they were really trying to do is drive me to be perfect so I never made a mistake, because if I never made a mistake, they would do better, right? But nobody can do that. Everybody makes mistakes. And when you work with somebody like that, every time you make a mistake, that's all they want to talk about. Have you worked with somebody like that? You make one mistake and it becomes the entire job that you did. You worked there for 6 months, you did an amazing job, but one thing, a spelling error, you turned something in a half an hour late, and that's what you're known for with that person. That person's just trying to control you. You gotta let that go. Don't let that person become the critic in your head. Ask for a second opinion. And your second opinion can be anybody. I don't care who it is. It could be a comedian, it can be somebody dead or alive, but somebody who you respect and trust, who has your best interest. I want you to start asking that person what their opinion is. Because when that critic is insulting you, imagine that's one door that you could go down. Yeah, I'm not good enough. Yeah, I'm not smart enough. But imagine if there was a second door, a door where you are good enough, where you are smart enough, and you had a choice of which one you could walk through. You want, standing at that critic door is whoever for you, but you want to put somebody who really believes in you at the other door so that you can take a step back and say, I'm going to choose the good door today. Try it for a week, see if it works. And if you like this video, please subscribe. I offer videos like this all the time. I want to grow together. Let's do this. Sign up and let's grow together.